Hey YouTube, it's Team Rocket. I wanted to give you guys a deck profile today and also have a bit of news. I'll start with the news and then we'll get to the deck profile. There's going to be a tournament at Back Comics tomorrow. Not a special Yu-Gi-Oh day or anything like that this time around, but a few of us guys are going to go. So just if you're in the Chico area, come by, check it out. Back Comics downtown. It's at 1 o'clock is when they do those. That's Saturday. Tomorrow is the 8th. So if you're watching this after tomorrow, the 8th, sorry that bit of the video was worthless to you. But I'm going to get to the deck profile. As you can see here, this is a Raccoon deck profile. It's basically a beast deck based around Obedience Schooled, and it has a few other cool plays. This deck isn't quite finished yet, but I will go over some of the combos and cool things this deck can do. So I'm going to sort these. I got my extra deck in my hand here. I'm going to go through some of the combos with you guys after I do the profile here. So first off, you have the Raccoons. You have 3 Pon Poko and I just play 2 Tantan actually. So how these work is Pon Poko, when he's summoned, special summons a beast from your deck in face down defense position. Okay, so that's the first one. The second one, Tantan, is when he's flip summoned, you can special summon a level 2 or lower beast from your deck. So kind of the basic play and how they're designed is you summon Pon Poko, use its effect to set the Tantan from your deck, and then next turn you flip the Tantan, get another beast, and then you exceed with these two into the Ronin Raccoon. That's the most basic combo, how these are designed to be played. But there are a lot of cool things, and I'll show you guys some of the monsters that you're getting with these. I have some targets in here that are specifically for Tantan, and some of them that work really well with Pon Poko, so I'll get to those. So I'll leave the Tantan and the Pon Poko up there. Hopefully you guys can still see those. Yeah. Then you have 3 Nimble Mamungas. This is an old card, but it just works amazing in here. The 1000 attack is actually pretty relevant because it's one of the biggest level 2 beasts that I run in here. You can also get it off of Pon Poko or Tantan. Either one does work there, and I'll talk a little bit more about this later when I get to the combos. Then I have 2 Sea Koalas. These are in here because they can, one-off, just make your opponent's attack 0. Then you can run it over with something, because all your guys are really small. So that bit helps. There's also combos with this guy here too. I play a 1 of. I can't even pronounce his name. Basically, Mythical Beast of the Forest. This is a newer card. If this is special summoned by a beast, you can destroy a card on the field. So a good play is you have Tantan, you flip the Tantan over, use its effect, special summon this, and you get to blow up a card. And then you have your rank 2 play there after you've cleared out back row or whatever you got to do with this. Or say they have a stun monster on the field and it's kind of giving you problems. They have a Thunder King or whatever. When you flip this, when they attack into it, you flip this, bring this out, destroy it, and then you've got your monster next turn to summon something and exceed with it. I only play 1 of it because the only way to special summon it by a beast effect in this deck is Tantan, because Pon Poko would put it face down and you wouldn't get his effect anyway. So that's why it's just a 1 of. I play 2 Key Mouse. This is the primary tuner. It's also kind of a decent card if you just have to set it. Your opponent attacks into it, you flip it up. You get its effect to search for a level 3 or lower beast, so you get your Pon Poko or your Tantan or whatever you need to set up your plays. But primarily it's because it's a tuner. Play 2 Raikos. This is kind of obvious. It's just outs to problem cards. You can search it with Pon Poko. That's just too good. It kind of sucks having to mill cards in this deck. You don't really want to mill because you have some powerful spells, and also if you mill too many monsters, your spells won't work late game. So you got to be careful with the Raikos. That's why there's only 2, and you can search for them, like I said. So it's fine. Then I have the 3 Junk Synchrons. Just stupid plays with Junk Synchron. I mean, there's just the obvious, 1 card Catastor, or whatever you need. But this opens up some really dumb plays too. And then more just combos. I'll go over these when we get there. These are Earth Hex Seal Fusions, if you guys can't see that. If you don't know what this card does, basically you can substitute it for any fusion material monster. But what you do is you tribute this and the other monster on the field that you want to use as material, and then you special summon the fusion monster. You're not fusion summoning it. So that gets around some important things on cards that say, you can only fusion summon this card with the above materials. Well, you're not fusion summoning it, you're special summoning it, so you kind of get around it with that loophole. This is actually extremely good. Onto the spells, and really the heart of the deck, you have 3 Obedient Schooled. This is broken. Basically, special summon 3 monsters from your deck. This is a 1 turn, or a first turn, 1 card, Naturia Beast, which can just single-handedly beat some decks. It also has some ridiculous 2-card combos and things with this. And like I said, I'll get to those when I go through the combos. You got to get your combos off. So you have Back Row Hate, MSTs, Book of Moon, Reinforcement of the Army. This is for the Junk Synchron. I'm not playing Tuning because I don't really want to mill. This works just fine. And then Dark Hole. So staples, really basic stuff there, just power spells. You don't need anything else too fancy there. There's some interesting traps that you get to play in this deck just because of the way it plays. So I'll go over those first. You have the 3 Fiendish Chains. Because you don't necessarily want to destroy your opponent's big monsters. You kind of want to leave them on the field. And like I said, I'll explain why. Then you have 2 Wabakus. Protects your small monsters. Also stops your opponent in their tracks without destroying their monsters. Compulse. You can kind of get their big monsters out of the way when you need to with this. These kind of stop those problem monsters. And then occasionally, you'll just get swarmed and it gets out of control. So, I mean, these are just all powerful cards. I mean, you kind of have to play these. And then the last one is a Trap Stun. Flip this and then just go nuts with Obedient Schooled or whatever else you got. Cold Wave. I mean, it's pretty good. So I'm going to go over some of the key cards in the extra deck. I'm not going to get too much into this. And I'm actually missing one. I left it in the car, but I'll go over some of it with you. So the first one is obviously the Naturia Beast. 2 level 2s, and the Key Mouse makes this. Now, I'll go over, I guess, some of the combos now. So if you go Obedient Schooled, and this can be your first turn. Obedient Schooled just says you can't have monsters. Doesn't say anything about your opponent. So you just, first turn you go Obedient Schooled. Then you special summon a Key Mouse, and then the other 2 don't matter. Let's say you get a Sea Koala and a Mythical Beast of the Forest. So you've got your 5 cards here, and you have 1 other card in your hand. Let's say you have the Hexial Fusion, for example. So you have this in your hand, you have these on the field. So you just, Synchro for Naturia Beast. Then you summon this, because you haven't normal summoned yet. Summon this, tribute the 2 of them, Naturia Exterio. I mean, that's an incredible 2-card play to make a really powerful monster that can negate spells or traps, has a 2800 body. It only costs you 2 cards, so if you have 4 more cards, you can set traps or do whatever you got to do behind this. But that's a really, really strong opening play, even better than just opening with a Naturia Beast. So that's one way to do it. Another way is, again, let's say you open Obedient Schooled. So you go Obedient Schooled, and you special summon a Sea Koala, the Mythical Beast of the Forest, and let's say a Tantan. It doesn't really matter what it is. So you special summon these, and let's say you have a... Where's that? Let's say you just have another beast in your hand. Let's say you have a Pompoko. So you set it up like this, then you can summon the Pompoko, and then you special summon another Tantan or whatever. But then now here you just have your 2. I should have organized this a little bit better. Where did I put them? Basically, you go here, you make 2 Ronin Raccoons. And how Ronin Raccoon works is you can detach 1 to make a token. The token is going to gain attack equal to the highest attack monster on the field. So say your opponent has a big monster, a Grapha on the field, and you've done this. You can make a Ronin, make another Ronin here, and detach 2 materials, and now you have 2 tokens that are both the size of their Grapha. So you take the token, one of the tokens, you can ram into the Grapha, and then you have a 3000 direct attack, and you have 2 Ronin Raccoons. And how Ronin Raccoon reads is if there's another beast on the field, he can't be destroyed. So if you have 2 Ronin Raccoons in defense, they protect each other from being destroyed. It's kind of a mini lock there. And you also have your Tantan for your next turn play face down. That's another cool play that you can do. I'm going to go over one last one, and then I'll probably end the video because this deck, like I said, isn't complete yet. But let's say you kind of have, let's go with a similar setup. So you go open with Obedient Schooled, and you go Sea Koala, Tan Tan, and the Mythical Beast again. These can be any level 2s, but you do need the Sea Koala. That is important. So then you normal summon the Hex Seal Fusion out of your hand. Okay. So from here, you're going to use the Hex Seal Fusion's effect, attributing the Sea Koala, special summon Koala. What this does is it's a Sea Koala and Tree Otter to make it, so you use the Sea Koala and the Hex Seal Fusion. You can send a Beast-type monster from your hand to the graveyard, target one monster your opponent controls, and destroy it. Okay, so you summon this, and then you can, let's say you had a random Ponpoko you didn't really want to use in your hand. You can send this to the graveyard, destroy their monster. Then you take these two, you overlay for a Ronin Raccoon, detach, and special summon a token that's also 28. So you've destroyed a monster, and you've got a 28 beater and another 28 beater with an exceed that can't be destroyed as long as those two 2800 attack monsters are on the board. So you've gotten a bunch of damage, destroyed a monster, and it costs you 2 cards. Or 3 cards. It costs you the Obedient Schooled, the Earth Hex Seal Fusion, and the Sea Koala. And the Ponpoko that was in your hand. So that's more ridiculousness. I've got one more I'll show you. So you open with, and this one isn't going to use Obedient Schooled, which I know you guys are like, oh, well, that requires you to open broke. So let's say you open like this. And this could even be a Rhoda or any of the 3 Junk Synchrons, obviously. So this is an older combo. Some of you guys might know this. You just set the Nimble, let them attack into it, and it dies. So you get 2 Nimbles from your deck in face down defense position, and you gained 1,000 life points. So you got 2 in defense position. On your next turn, you summon the Junk Synchron. Hopefully after you use MST or Trap Stun or something, you summon the Junk Synchron, get your Nimble Momonga back from the graveyard. Alright, so from here you flip these 2 face up, and now you've got the 4 monsters there. You're going to overlay these 2 for a Ronin Raccoon. You'll detach a material from the Ronin Raccoon to make a token. That token is either going to copy the Junk Synchron or something bigger, so it's at least a 13. So you have the 1300 token here, and then you take these 2 here and you exceed, you synchro for a Junk Warrior. Now, Junk Warrior's effect is that it will gain attack equal to the level 2 or lower monsters on the field. So if you summon it right now, your Junk Junk Warrior starts at 23, and you'll gain the other 13. Alright, so that's a 36. So that's a really big Junk Synchron. Okay. Another way you can do this one, and actually, if I do the math right, this might be the better way of doing it. Let's find out. Like I said, this deck isn't done. I haven't played it yet. So if you start this way right here, so you've got the Junk Synchron, the Nimble Manga. Yeah, this is the way you want to do it, actually. So you'll synchro to begin with. Make your, that's your Junk Warrior. Now the Junk Warrior is going to gain attack equal to the 2 Nimble Momongas. So it starts at 23, it goes to 33, 43. Okay? Then you overlay for the Ronin, detach for the Ronin, and now you have a token that's also at 43. So you have the 43 Junk Warrior, 43 token, and you have the Ronin on the field that can't be destroyed while the token's on the board. So that's like an OTK right there, and you've gained some life points. And it's kind of ridiculous. So this is a fun deck. Obviously, you get wrecked by some cards. If somebody goes Deck Devastation Virus, you lose. Somebody goes Skill Drain, you lose. So, I mean, there's ways that this deck gets wrecked, but it's really fun to play. I'm going to try it out soon. Hopefully, I can get the rest of the cards to finish it up. But that's pretty much it. I wanted to give you guys a deck profile. And like I said, back comics tomorrow, 1 o'clock, Saturday, February 8th. So I will see you guys there. Alrighty, bye.